Listen. Yeah. Yes, dog. Get that out of here. And you're like, maybe, Maddie, do you got a speech for this? Oh, wait, the mic is muted? Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, no. 1 second. Okay, it's back. Are we sure? Let me see. I'm good now? All right, hold on. Double checking. Just double checking. Oh. I'm like, are we sure it's working? Okay, we can hear you now. Okay, great. Sorry. Because I'm not getting any feedback on the StreamYard registry or whatever, but we'll try this again. Again, the finale is done. We have a winner for All Stars 10. I need to just make sure we are very clear here, because I know conversations will be had today, and there are going to be people in the chat that feel a ways. There are going to be people who feel another ways. Around the corner and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. But to be very clear, continuing on with this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty-Rants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program. No hate. Don't be rude. Be real. Grab your libations and strap in. I'm a little bit of a talker. You may be here for a while. Don't post any spoilers in the chat. And if you feel uncomfortable viewing this program, consume some activity and have yourself a good, nasty, gassy poot. Oh, Lord, here I go. The Libra in me wants to give a full, like, let me tell you how I feel. But I'm trying my best not to go there, just because I'm happy with what took place. I'm happy for the winner. I've been a fan of theirs for a while. I've been a fan of the majority of this cast, if not, let me think about it, the entirety of the cast, if you will. I understand the frustration from seeing how this was all stacked together, the way the first two brackets went down. And then the third bracket happened, and it was kind of like, okay, something feels a little different. And we're looking at somebody who is extremely talented, somebody who is respected in this community, that honestly has put in the time and effort with their drag. There have been moments we felt, oh, they should have had it this time. There are times when they were close another time, this, that, and the other, you know? And this go around, they got it. People feel that the edit was basically forced, and it felt that Ginger was pushed through to win. Okay. Now, I'm okay with y'all feeling that way. And again, you have every right to be like, I don't like how that went. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. We have seasons where we feel, I don't think so. We have seasons where it's like, no, it should have been this girl. It should have been that. It should have been this. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but I think me covering this show so much has led to me not crashing out anymore about where this show goes as far as the decisions are made. honestly. Whether I get my way or not, I'm happy for the people who are involved because I'm thinking of the bigger picture, which is they got to work after this. This is TV. This was filmed a year ago. When this is over with and done and we wrap the lights, there's no more promotion for this show on their All Stars 10. It is now sitting in a library in a streaming app or possibly on cable reality television. I'm pulling you in because I'm trying to say I get it, but I'm also like, some of y'all are tripping with how you're taking this. Tripping. Because after this show, they got a tour. After this show, they are contacted through their agencies or whatever they're working with to then go out and work and be in the real world with us. And they got to do another job and another job. Like they say, the real race is after the show, right? So I think my level of understanding is focused on that, more so on how it played on television and whether it pissed me off or not. Because I'll be real, some of those lip syncs, I'm like, no, that girl won. And I'm going to be honest about that today. No, that girl won. No, she twirled. No, yeah, that was it. Ooh, no. Is there going to be zoom-ins today? Yes. Unfortunately for Irene's lip sync, because Jesus Christ, I know you've been around Aja through your bracket, but it has not sunk in. Because it was a lot of hell no when I saw what was going on here, right? And when it came to the seeded bracket and people being so angry about that and being like, oh, well, that's bull that Carrie's rated the lowest and Ginger's the number one. Well, that's the point of Rate a Queen. They asked you to rate competition-wise, but like you saw Irene do, why not mess up the bracket a little bit so that way it's not exactly what it's supposed to be, not the person who we are most afraid to lip sync against, and it kind of changes it up. Why didn't anybody else think of that? And that's kind of how seeded brackets work with the person who has the lowest goes against the number one seed. I watch sports, so forgive me that I actually knew how that was working. And for me, it was like, that makes sense because the idea is to knock out the number one seed early. So that way the rest of the bracket's like, oh, it's up for grabs. That's the idea. Why when Serena Williams used to go into those brackets for tournaments, when it came to Wimbledon and all that kind of stuff, Mama was going up against the big dogs. And when she wasn't ranked high, and I remember one time she was a wild card for that matter, she had to go against all the top five just to make it to the end where someone in a different bracket who didn't even have to deal with those people gets to go there. I mean, we can go into video game terms too when it comes to winners brackets and losers brackets where someone can lose in the first half of the bracket. You hear what I'm saying? And go into a losers bracket where someone who then won all the way through doesn't get their W till the person who is the winner of the losers bracket comes back and then has to double win, because the winner can just win the one round we finish. But if a loser takes it, it's almost like they reset the tournament, and now we got to restart, and it's the finale, and we go from there. So for me, that didn't bother me. What did bother me? Why are they picking the song? If it's the person who is in the lower bracket or the whole, like, we're rolling the name to see who picks it, like, for me, don't even give them the choice to pick the song. Like, you should just put all the songs in the little whatever that the fucking thing is. Excuse me, I'm 9 minutes in, we good? And then let that be random. So that way no one's prepared for anything, and it's better to be like, okay, it's an even, let's go. I mean, for one, we wouldn't like that because that's not a guarantee for Bosco to get Show Me Your Burlesque, which is basically made for them. You can tell the Pink song was made for Dia. You can tell what song was made for somebody. So for me, I'm thinking, why not make that random if we're going to do this bracket style? Almost like if I'm in a tournament for a fighting game and we choose a stage and it's random, it could be to my disadvantage. Because I'm used to open field stages. That person wants to do small stages with walls. They work off of bounce and combos. I work off of being able to zone and being able to pay. Do you hear where I'm going with this? So there are points in this show where I do agree with you as an audience if you were upset, where I'm like, y'all could have done that differently. That could have been something else. That should have been this way. And it would have made for better television because no one would have been prepared. I don't believe the space in between the keypad and the mouse pad, if you will, for a laptop over there is fully not seeing what is in, there's just something about the way that was done that did tick me off a little bit. I'm going to say, though, again, after all that ranting I just did, so we can get on with the show, I am happy for the winner, and I'm not mad at the results. I hate how the last couple of seasons, it's like no one can be happy for the winner, and then they're trying to find ways to justify like this, that, and the other. And yes, if you're mad at production, be that, but you're also tagging those people who are the winners by saying you didn't deserve it, or oh, they're just gonna give it to you, oh, this, that, and the other. So I get it, but don't think that you're just not touching them. Still, you're still touching them. You're still hitting them. And that's the problem where I'm like, I can't be upset. I'm used to this show doing some things sometimes where I'm like, well, this is crazy. And I guess I may be over that to where I can still watch it. It's okay. It's just a lot of takes on the show. I enjoy this reality TV show. It's changed my life for sure. That's why I have this platform, if you will. But yeah, it was a very negative day yesterday on the internet, and I hate that is the reality for somebody who is supposed to be celebrating. At the same time, I do wish love to everybody who fought their way in this competition for something, and even more love to the people who were in the early brackets that did not get to come back for the finale, because RuPaul's Drag Race, let me tell you something. You have 18 bitches that sat here in this competition, the dolls and all. And you mean to tell me that we can't bring them back for the final episode to even watch the lip sync go down? Like, it's just them. That's your audience, because guess what? Those Lala Woo-Woos need people in the room. We need the hype. We need to see the room. That's kind of the idea when you're watching lip syncs and doing this kind of stuff, is we're trying to see the gaggery of where the audience is reacting, because it's all of us at home separately by ourselves now, just getting that sort of jush. And that's not fun. So like next time, if you will, I feel the show's already been filmed and whatnot, but let's pray for the best. You bring them people back that didn't get a chance to show the rest of it for the rest of the season. You allow them to at least have a beautiful garment placed upon their bodies to where they can run across the stage again. And we are reminded once again of how incredibly amazing they are, because you put them holes on the show, and they may not have made it to the next part of the bracket, but I'd at least like to see them at the end. I'd at least like to see that. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. So, thank you again for tuning in. My name is Matty-Rants. As long as that was, I kind of already prefaced it a little bit by having that disclaimer 2 times now. But I thank you for tuning in. If you did want to find any of my social media links, spaces, and places, all of that in the above, it's in the About section of my YouTube channel with a Linktree link. I also do reactions on Patreon for as low as $1 a month. And this episode is already up for your consumption. So if you did want to go ahead and see it, go ahead and be it. And I also have a P.O. box if you want to send anything special. I also have a Cameo if you want to send me a request for something else that's not weird. And then also I have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. I'm an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. So if you did want to watch all of All Stars 10, if you didn't even watch all of All Stars 10, but now you want to watch all of All Stars 10, check it out through my affiliate link. Actually, shout out to some people. I got a like a little direct deposit. It was a little teeny, but it was cute. I was like, oh, we had some people who used the link. So thank you so very much for using that link and staying past the week. I appreciate you. And I thank you. But yes, that affiliate link is available for your consumption. Also, I am covering multiple shows. As you know, All Stars 10 is ending, but we do have a lot to cover on this channel. I was going to be doing edited reviews, but after seeing the numbers for my Drag Race France All Stars, and then seeing how the Slays Royale Meet the Queens live went down, I'm like, well, We'll go back to lives if I have a little crunch in time, though. That's when I'll be posting edited reviews for certain things because it's like I'm trying to get a lot out. So King of Drag, I'm covering. I am an episode behind, but I actually will have something posted very soon. Be on the lookout for that. And then I'm covering Drag Race France All-Stars. It's good. I haven't seen episode 2 yet, so I'm excited for that. Plus, I did promise and I do plan to, and I still will, for Drag Race Brazil. I'm 2 episodes behind, but I'm kind of excited because I've seen a little bit on social media and I'm like, okay, I think this is the season. I'm gonna need to tune in. So yes. And then what was the other show that's coming up? Slasian Royale, of course. You already know what's up with Drag Race Philippines. That's my baby. So we will be covering Slasian Royale when it starts August 13th. Of course, I'll be probably having reviews during the week since the episodes are on Wednesdays. Thank God it's on Wednesdays. So Thursdays will be those live reviews. And then I will be covering Project Runway, which will be on July 31st, the end of this month. That comes out, I believe, on Hulu. I'm not sure if it's on Lifetime, but I'll be watching it on Hulu, and I'll be covering that show as well. Yes. So a lot of stuff to cover. Ooh, and then I do promise, because everybody's been asking me about the rant reports and the, when we do the hot topics and gossip in the TV show, sort of like blurred run through of everything. Big Brother is on my list. I am watching it in the background. I have many opinions about this current season of Big Brother because I'm like, what's happening? So get ready for that. But yeah, it's a lot of TV currently for the summer, which is kind of gaggy going into the fall. Like, we still haven't had the fall shows premiere yet. Like, this is the tail end of July. Ooh, and I do know some Dragula tea I cannot explain, but I'll be ready for when the promo drops. I'll be ready for when that happens. I'll be excited for it. Shout out to Dragula. Me and Dooley covered that together. So we will be doing that this year again. But yeah, I got a little idea of what is about to, how the order of events. There we go. The order of events is what I have correct. I do have that. I now know what's coming. So I'm like, oh, okay, work. Very excited. But yeah. Thanks again for tuning in. I already did the disclaimer, so we don't need to do all of that again. Y'all chill out. I am going to have some opinions, but I'm not mad at the winner. I just understand the frustration. I just think that some people were directing it in the wrong way. And I felt it's just, and then we're bringing up people who had been on the show already, who have won, and it's been years, and now they're being brought in conversations like, well, she didn't deserve it. This didn't happen. Blah, blah. It's like, oh my God. It's so nasty, and people not seeing that is what's bothering me. Like, you can be frustrated, but the way it's being pointed, the way people are being pulled in almost through, like, you have all the right to be like that gross. I don't understand. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna see how it plays out for the next All-Stars. I'm sure you are gonna get people who have been on the show multiple times again. So get ready. Hate to tell you, they're going to do that forever and ever. Like, if they did a season of fresh All-Stars, now that would be interesting. I'd be really here for that, Drag Race. But I do know from what I saw that was spoiled. Yeah, there are going to be people that come back, but we'll see what happens. One of them people who's coming back multiple times, I would love to get a crown. So just like with Ginge, if it happens, oh well, you'll be mad. I'll be happy. But either way, yeah, let's have fun today, y'all. Let's literally talk about the show. Let's have our opinions. If you liked it, you didn't like it. If you did, you did. Get in that comment section and let them know what's the goo, what's the what it is. And if you did want to drop a little tippy poo in your boys jar, please and thank you. We need to re-up on cat food, especially the wet. And it's almost time for the dry bag. I have to get a big bag again. That 13-pound bag lasted a month and a half. So shout out to like me finding that deal on Amazon and it being worth every penny. But PayPal.me / MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924, as well as $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. I want to give a shout out to Monica Motza. Monica sent me a tippy poo earlier right before this live stream, actually about 20 something minutes before this live stream. So shout out to Monica. They're going to be on the playback, but I'll be on the playback for this one because I need to understand how we got to this finale. Ginger did great, but I feel cheated. And poor Carrie, just why even bother? Carrie explained why she didn't do something that I also agreed with Irene on as to why she was this close to winning for me, because I honestly thought, I said, Carrie was keeping up. Carrie was doing her thing. And then I realized it didn't go past a level. It just stopped at a point. She also messed up a reveal with the glove. I'm glad people are just letting that go. I'm like, Mama was trying to pull her glove off. It did not come off. And she played to the back too much, in my personal opinion. I'm just saying. But I thought that Carrie did a lot better than I expected her to do. And that's rude. I feel rude saying it, but it's my truth. I was like, okay, she gonna get mopped. But I was like, no, girl, she doing it. It's cute. Yeah, I would love to have seen more. But I think, again, people are thinking, oh, well, there's multiple rounds. I want to hold off. If you're going against the number 1 seed, pull it all out now. Pull it all out right now. And then send her off and then go about your business. But I get it. Some people feel like, well, what was even the point? It is what it is. I saw a chance, personally. But thank you so much. And JMCL, thank you for the 2 people on Kill. Appreciate it, baby. Today for bringing the sanity this Saturday. I'm trying. The Libra in me is working hard today. Trust me, because I was ready to just over everything. People were just so mad. I was like, God, this is like, I'm absorbing this negative energy. I had to get off of Twitter. I was like, this is too much. Every other post is, I hate Matt. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's get to the episode. Let's talk about it. Again, no more drama. And if you want to drop it to people in the jar, paypal.me/MattyRants. Cash up, $, Matt924 in Venmo. MattyRants. All right, let's start. Because, baby, I was like, we going to start this at 2 today. Not no 2:30. I actually got this prepped and prepared yesterday, okay? Like last night, because I had really nothing going on, 1. And 2, I just was like, you know what? Let me do this now while I'm in the mood, so that way I don't wake up in the morning and I'm watching this all over again and I get pissed off at some bullshit because I remembered somebody saying something. So it is what it is. Now, Mistress Isabel Brooks is gone. Bosco's emotional because they imagine Mistress here with them, but also because they knew Mistress wanted this so bad. Like, the fandom would say otherwise, but it is what it is. I'm just excited because I'm ready for this to get on. No shade. I was like, this season's been interesting, but like now we're at the finale. You got these girls bucking and tucking. I just want to see how this is going to go down. That's where I was at. Also, Jorgeous, I have clocked you. I've clocked you, sister. Let me talk to you, little itty bitty. Let me talk to you real quick. Yeah, hold on. I want to get a little closer shot of me. Deserved. So you were a Zeus subscriber. That or Now That's TV. I feel it's both because you ratchet as fuck and I love you. But there are things you said today and you did today that let me know where your subscriptions lie and who you are, the girls that you hang around with. Cack. Okay. First of all, what's gooey? Oh, okay. Shout to little Kendra. Shout out to little Kendra chasing reality series with Atlanta. I said, hold on. That's that girl saying tack. That's Jamar's show, by mind you, Jamar EP over. Shout out to Jamar. 84, y'all know is my co-host. That's the 1. 2, I need that. Bitch, I need that. I said, oh, no. So you watch Baddies. You also may possibly watch South Central Baddies over there on Now That's TV. It was giving me very Cash energy. Okay, it was very on my soul. Like, it was very that. Like, I'm sorry. Jorgeous is one of my favorite people on the planet. But that what's gooey, that gave me spirit. Because y'all know I say that sometimes. So I was just like, wait a minute. That's that Texas in her. That's what that is. She know what's up. Let's shout to Jorgeous. And I'm gonna be real. George, you turned the out of every lip sync you did this episode, bitch. You didn't even do your reveals all the way through up until the last bit that you needed to do. And don't think that I didn't clock that. Don't think I wasn't paying attention, sister, because you know I watched this show very deeply. Baby, you kept the whole outfit on and took off the little back caping for the first number. This still zipped up. You got to the second number, rooped it up. I said, okay, by the time we're at the finale, you don't need to remove nothing because the outfit is shown and it's now time to just twirl. Do not think that I did not catch this. And I'm going to say it now, as happy as I am for Ginger, and I'm glad she won and this, that, and the other, no shade. That last lip sync, I said Ginger was emoting perfectly with the song and did the ad libs, but my God in heaven, that little girl was twirling to that song, twirling. And I was just sitting here like, this is tough for me, because I go, yes, this makes sense. The Libra in me was, whoa, the balance. Yes, absolutely, Judge. But then I'm like, but George, literally, this is the bread and butter. And not only did you bring the bread and butter, oh, it was toasted. It was toasted, sweetie. Garlic bread, Texas toast. I enjoyed it with my Raising Cane's because the chicken wasn't seasoned right. I had to get an extra piece of toast and make a sandwich with the sauce. You did that, bitch. And you, in your emoting, was giving too. Oh yeah, I was gonna get. So if Jorgeous won, I probably would have screamed. Because I did see my girl. Ooh, that ponytail needs to be put in a Smithsonian. Okay, in the Smithsonian. I mean, it was expensive because I knew that hair was moving and it came back to where it was supposed to be. Yeah. But I love what Ginger did through the whole lip sync thing too, except for the Bosco, that raise your glass one. I was like, but yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna talk about it. But I was like, this little girl is bad. It's that movement when she turned to the back for Shakira and she's like, I said, hold up. And as much as, oh my God, now I'm talking too much. Lydia, I love you down, sister, but I'm sorry, you weren't that close to Jorgeous during the Shakira number. And I know that there's the Lydia stands that don't understand like difference in opinions. If you talk about her, you're wrong, because Lydia is a beast. She's everything. But Jorgeous tore her in that Shakira one. When that hit went up, please. Tore her. Lydia was a fan of Shakira. That don't make you, she gonna eat. That don't mean nothing, girl. It was my birthday. I know that's real. Cute. That little 5 foot nothing little punk just sat up there and said, yeah. I was like, ate her up. Sorry. I was like, and mind you, Lids did that for the other lip sync against Irene by default, low key, because Miss Mama almost killed her, died on stage. Ooh, the fall. Thought Miley Cyrus was singing something and they're about to jump off the cliff through an AI little edit, but I just didn't know what was happening. Either way, love you, George. I thought you chewed this episode up. You said, oh, we have to battle for this crown? And you gave me the person who I thought was my biggest competition for the first round, I'm about to take. Let's go. That's how I received Jorgeous this episode. Woo! Listen, the competition is really starting to heat up, and I was low-key here for it. Now, Carrie Colby coming back was not a surprise to a lot of us based off of 2 balls being put in with 3. And the odds ever being in their favor. I'm surprised Mistress isn't back here. I said, oh, okay. No shade. I did not have high hopes, but she is gorgeous down. I did not have high hopes. I didn't. But Carrie looked gorgeous in her confessionals, though. I was like, okay, glad to have our good sis back. But I just was like, oh, let's see what happened. Let's see what's going. So Ru comes in the room and lets them know, once again, you're going to have to dance in front of me. Dance, I say, and make some noise for a lip sync Lollapalooza for the crown. $200,000 is at stake. I had no idea that money was going to be provided by that video game that I do not have downloaded on my phone. That is no shade. I'm tired of these puzzle games. That stuff is getting kind of wow. Catch me on the roller coaster tycoon download. Okay, we played in the old stuff. Jorgeous, you're fucking hilarious, because somehow you saying this today and me pulling up my Twitter and the first tweet I see is she gonna be doing this cross-eyed shit, and this is the first thing that comes out your mouth is kind of hilarious. Ginger, she gives, like, what Ginger be giving. That cross-eyed shit she do. It's like everything. Ginger, like, not that cross-eyed shit. I said, well, it happens. Like, listen, some people need prescriptions. It's all right. That's Ginger's shtick, though. But I thought it was kind of funny how George is like complimenting her by saying that. Like, oh, bitch, you be crossing your eyes. It's everything. Like, she do, but it's just fun. Like, once again, you be crossing your eyes. It's everything, girl. You be touching your toes. Pee, bitch. You be scratching your neck. What's gooey? Give. Oh my goodness. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You know, I wish more people were talking about this for the episode versus I'm so mad and I'm so mad and I'm so mad. Like, Irene is having a full moment here of realizing like their worth and their potential, and the fact that if they had given up on drag or their dreams, they wouldn't be in this position of fighting for the crown. Where in their first time trying this out, they were eliminated first, and not in a fun way, for being like the lowest like eliminated person in the history of Drag Race through 16. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm here for Irene feeling all of it. And to be real, before we get to the lip sync, I'm about to go the fuck in on and laugh at her high key. It has been so great to see her shine. And I have enjoyed what she has brought to the show. For the first bracket, her runways were chewing. And in Snatch Game, she did very well as well. She did very good in Snatch Game. Irene is that girl. And I would be here for seeing her again. True tea, because Mama knows how to produce herself and also not overproduce herself. We've seen that now. Because she came in kind of hot her first time. She came in hot her first time. This time is a little bit different. And so I'm like, okay, I'm liking this. So, but my God, the way that lip sync went down, I said, Jesus, Mary. In the back you go. Lydia, I love how Corey stepped into you here in this moment, because when Jorgeous said, I need that, you turned around and you proceeded. I was like, oh, okay. The Debo is inside a little bit of Debo still in there. Probably still squelching out. You know what I'm saying? You've been holding it on reserve. I don't know. But I thought this was once again a funny way to start the, lip sync Lollapalooza. They're excited. They're ready to go. I forgot to mention this, but this is a part of what RuPaul was telling them, and I thought this was wild. I'm going to be real with you. So you want them prior to the lip sync to rate who is their biggest competition, highest to lowest, basically, and who they think they can, it's going to be hard to go against in a lip sync to someone who they can just beat easily. I've already explained to you how I know how seeded brackets work. They weren't told it was seeded until they got to the stage. All right? Because they're thinking with rate who you want to go against to who you want least, this, that, and the other. They're thinking, well, whoever's my biggest I'm going to go against her. I would have fucked this shit up. You want me to and say who was my biggest No, baby. No, baby. You're going to have to force me to go against my biggest competitor. Fuck you. There is $200,000 on the line. I want to take out like that girl out first. Let my biggest competitor go against somebody else and get taken out by somebody else. And then by the time we get to where I need to be, I'm going to twirl over that girl. Because the songs are going to be left in again, I'm thinking the music that they told us that we're going to be performing, the people who are here, how can we work this out? Who do I want to go first before me in this battle? So that way they can pick the songs I don't want. And when it's left for me to go, everything is up to me. It doesn't even matter if the girl gets to pick the song. It's the one I wanted. That is how I would have worked this. That's how I would have done this. I would have tried to make it to where I am nowhere with the people who are like me. Yeah, that's how we would have got that done. Aja being 6th is crazy, but it also makes me feel like this had something to do with how Irene rated it, where she changed up the voting a little bit and it pushed her down that low, because that can happen with just one score, with just one card. So it was kind of like, did they not, how were they doing this? And I kind of wish we did get to see the process fully with each and every one of them, and maybe like a quick little edit of boom, 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 boom. I needed that just a tad bit so I could understand, because Jorgeous and Aja going against each other was perfection for me, but I almost wish that happened towards the latter rounds versus the earlier rounds, if I'm going to be honest with you. And then the Bosco and Diabetic one I saw coming. I saw that one coming. I was like, obviously, that would be great television, and look what happened. I was like, hey, yeah, I saw that going down. Carrie versus Ginger was interesting, but it is what it is. When I saw Aja in this, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what is about to happen? That was my issue. I saw this outfit and I got concerned immediately. I said, oh, we have a stunt. All right. Now, Carrie, you look good. So does Lydia here. I wanted these to come out so bad. But then she said on Untucked that it was like going to be messy. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that would have definitely stopped the gun. But I also thought to myself, wait, I thought I had them on there. Oh, I didn't click it. My bad. Let me put the comments up. My apologies. I love these contacts on Diabetic. Di was trying to be strategic too, and so was Irene. So I think that played a factor into how this all happened, but you know, we just need to get to the gettings. I know it. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe to convert this Rant Pack family. It's your boy Matty-Rants, and my tummy really does hurt, and I'm trying my best to get through this video today. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, become part of this Rant Pack family. And if you want to drop your boy a little tippy poo for hosting with the most in today, whether you want to just drop a little love for just the love purposes of it all, or send something for the little babies of the fur proportions, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $924 $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. Thanks. And I appreciate you for being here. Okay, so Michelle, no. Love her down, no. I'm glad she's happy, no. If she feels cozy, fucking right, but no. I was like, oh no. Oh no. You've been doing so well. What? No. Rue, I love in a ball gown. This fabric is interesting because it's cool, but I'm also thinking to myself, God forbid she goes outside in the sun, then global warming would really happen. And then they really be on your ass because they're already talking about the earth and shit. Now it's like the ozone layer would be depleted. We would not have an atmosphere anymore. Like we would die from the sun exposure, like pretty bad. But I do love this gown though. Like I kind of live. I just, something about it to me was like, oh, don't step outside. Do not. Okay, because it's giving we're gonna put RuPaul in our front windshield and walk in the store for about 2 hours and come back in. I'm not gonna say the word. What the frack is wrong with y'all? Like, come on now. We have to be better people. It's fracking ridiculous. Carson and Ross. But I like RuPaul. She looks good today. I like it better close up. Yes. And she got nails. Come on, Come on, Niels. She looked good. I like it better close up. Everybody is in their outfits. There is no final runway. There is no like a lot, none of that. Everyone just comes out and what they're going to be lip syncing in that they got to wear for the rest of the lip sync proportion competition, the full bit of it, okay? They're like, all right, y'all did Rate a Queen. Here's how that went. Bloop. Irene explains in sports terms how this works out with a seeded bracket, which again puts basically if you were rated as the biggest threat, you're going to go against the person who is the least. Second goes against the second least, and then so forth and so on. And that's how that works with the brackets. And that's based off of what they voted for in terms of who they thought was the biggest threat versus who they thought da-da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. And everyone's like, we're thinking of the songs. I'm like, but you know what the songs are going to be. And so I'm only thinking of two in particular that Ginger, would specifically eat up. So that puts Ginger and Carrie versus each other, Diabetic versus Bosco, Jorgeous versus Aja. Thank God. I was so happy we got that. Lydia versus Irene. I was like, okay. That's how it went down. They weren't told this all at once. I just wanted to show how that was set up. Ginger was told she was numero uno, like, oh, I'm the biggest threat. And Carrie was then to follow by finding out she was the lowest threat. I mean, she just came back. They then have a ball with their names put in it. And Bruno, in the vacant space, is going to pick by not looking. And then the person whose name pops up gets to choose the song. That's how they find this to be fair. Put all the songs in the whole little bit, and you let that space bar with a body open it, and then it's a random song. That's how that should have went down. That I would have felt would have been fair. Because what if the two of them aren't going to give, like, oh, we don't know this song like that. Yeah, that makes it fair. That would make it fair. And then, you end up getting a song that you wanted, all that kind of shit. That's why I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that. There weren't that many balls in there to begin with. It's like, we can see it rolling. The balls aren't even moving out from the positions that they're in. Like, no shade. They're not. So it's like, We have Disease by Lady Gaga. We have Joyride by Kesha. We have Party Lights by Natalie Cole. I would have chose that song. Jorgeous, we would have been twirling. Jorgeous, we would have been twirling. Do you understand me? Oh, a disco number? We would have been cutting up for that day, baby. It would have been a whole bunch of Pop Rays and all that. Kick rounds. Ow! Oh, I would have... That is my immediate decision. Oh, I would have been like, nobody picked that song. I am going to do Party Lights. I don't want none of that. Yeah. I don't want none of that lady's music. We good on her. Shakira would have been my second option because I know how to do the full-on hit roll bit. We'd have been right there for that. Disease would have been the next one because I love that song. Would have ate her down. Joyride is also a good one. Razor Glass is an easy one. We know that damn song. They played it in the bar and the clubs, especially for us millennials. That song, please, like easy day. But Party Lights by Natalie Cole. Show Me Your Burlesque by Christina Aguilera. Jamar would have ate that. Whenever, Wherever by Shakira. Love that song. Raise Your Glass by Pink. Again, a good one. I thought these were decent songs. It's a pretty good song selection. I say it's a pretty good song selection for this cast of people. Because I'm glad I didn't see with this group of people, there didn't need to be no stallions. There didn't need to be no glows. I didn't need to see any of that. Not with this group. All right. I didn't want no Tony with this group. Nope. No, not with this. Not with this group. So as much as the panel in my chat the other day was like, this some light skin ass music. I'm like, girl, no, this is actually quite perfect. Quite perfect for this group, honey. Quite. Kesha's, Gaga's, Pink's, Christina's, and Shakira's. Be serious. This is quite lovely. Thank you, actually. Thank you. Because, I would love to hear Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce's Kitty Cat too, just not with this group. We can wait for next season? Yes. Next All-Stars, based on that cast. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yo, we need to wait for the next. Let's wait till next season. That's going to make a lot more sense. There's going to be more people on that one in particular who are going to be able to give me what I want. Really, really want if we're going to go there. Especially next season. That guys, I said, oh, diversity. But yeah, nah, it was a little Pinkberry. I was like, no, they good. This is the music. This is it. This is exactly for them. They got one. Natalie Cole was for everybody. Yeah, go off. I said cash. Crash, thank you for the cash with the super chat. On my way to a queer-friendly brewery. Oh, that's cool for a little board games. Oh, and Kiki. Depending on my tippy poos today, I may go back to try to get my crown again from Munchkin because they took my crown, Crash. They took my crown. They beat me badly last weekend. Congratulations to our winner and the girls. If any of them are mad, do what we do as gamers and run it back. That's why they keep on showing up. Love to the kiddos too. Thank you, Crash. I appreciate you, baby. But yeah. First of all, see, there's one song in particular I have in the Pizza Cake drag mix to where if I ever performed again, if not, whatever, if I perform again and they give me like a list of music, there is a Sierra song I am dying to see on Drag Race. Dying. And there are a couple that would be good, but one in particular with Missy Elliott is Work. That one with that beat, please, you better shake that thing for the monkey. You better, come on now, everybody get down to the floor. Are you what? Work with Missy. Oh yeah, now that one. Oh, we turn up. We turn up. I need some shaking. I need the moving. And I need the baking. If they bring that one, I know the song ain't that expensive. I'm just saying, Drag Race. I know you're trying to save money now. We doing things over here. There's a couple of artists and people we as queers and the weirds know the music for. And you can go ahead and pull those numbers because I know that one's not going to be too much. No shade. I'm just saying, like, you know. Like, you can afford it. You can afford Sierra's music. Hell, Missy Elliott too, because nobody was buying that new album. So, bitch, why have they not put Missy on? Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my name down, flip it, and reverse it. Are you kidding me? Wait, did they have that song on there? No, I don't think they did. Wait, they have not had one Missy song. I like to get to know ya. I can show ya. All that kind of stuff. Oh, if they did a Little Kim song, it'd be Queen Bitch. That's the one I know verbatim. I know that song verbatim. Oh, with that beat, can you imagine if the right girls are up there talk about wait, come on, Matt. What is it? Queen bitch, supreme bitch, killer for my by any means, bitch, murder scene, bitch, clean bitch, disease free. Check it. I ride, melt in your mouth like M&M's. Roll with the mafia. Remember them? Tell them what I used to mess with gentlemen. Straight up apostle. Now strictly that jostle. Kill it for the figure. How you figure? The cheddar would be better. Beretta inside of Beretta. Nobody do it better than I wet you. Like hurricanes and typhoons. Got emo while I watch cartoons. Sleep till noon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love that song. I know that mother. Whenever I hear it, I'm like, move out the way. I'm about to just sit there, just do all of it. That was my college song when I was in college. I used to bump that. Money for a Munchkin Run Back. LOL, give me Lose Control, please. Now that would eat too. That'd be for the dancers. We can't have nobody up there that don't move. We can't have, like, I love Ginger Down. I would not want her for Lose Control. Like, it's Jorgeous versus Ginger for Lose Control. Sierra featuring Missy Elliott, and then Ginger wins that. I would be like, now hold on. Because we're not. Kylie and Sasha doing Body Party on All Winners would be it. See, that's the thing. If Sonique and Sasha would now, please come back for the same season. Make sure every song they get is something very puss. They can't be given I dare you to give them some Little Richard bullshit ass motherfucking masculine mask from ass music. Nope. I don't want no church closet sissy music. Nope. Nope. You give them puss. You give them woman. You give lady. Okay? You feminine. You give that. But you don't. Oh, I'd be so upset. Can you imagine? Jason Derulo's a song, and it says too. I'd burn the house. I'd burn the house. Let's burn it to the ground. Very that. Let's get on with it, y'all. All right. Carrie Colby versus Ginger Minge, Disease, Lady Gaga. Here are my thoughts. Carrie, you were caring initially for me. Because I was into Ginger's performance. I was into yours as well. It wasn't a clear, like, okay, she's eating her. That was not happening. I want to be very clear about that. Shout out to our Lucio. Thank you so much for the people on PayPal. Bing, bing. Thank you, baby. You were fine. Actually, if I'm going to be honest with you, my issue and where I felt you didn't beat her is when we got through this very super soft, down to the ground little stunt that I thought was real puss. And I was like, yes, eat, mother. You know, it didn't. I wanted the levels to ramp up a tad bit, and it didn't do that for me. She was good though, and I liked what she gave, but I thought it was too soft when it came to a song like Disease with Lady Gaga. And again, the song when it started, yes, work. You're doing it, but it ramps up a bit, and I wanted you to get kind of nasty with it. And I did want that ponytail to breathe. I wanted you to let that sucker out and let it just be. I understand though. And Untucked, you said that it was going to be messy, and that probably would have made it look crazy, and you weren't trying to look like a fool on the stage. I kind of think that would have gave you what you wanted. I think the messy hair would have actually been the chew you were looking for, and that would have been an upset. No shade. Because Ginger was good, but you were keeping up, and it was like, what? That's how I felt about it. I needed her. Imagine she pulls that out, and the hair comes down, and she looks crazy, and it's literally the thing that RuPaul and them have asked her to do so much. Get messy, get gross. That would have kind of like been the whole like, oh, she did come back, and she didn't go there for me. So she also messed this one stunt up. I don't know what she was doing, if she was going to continue to take off the clothes, because she removed the jacket. She grabs her glove, and she goes, yeah. Like the glove is off, but it wasn't. It was moved up a tad bit. It was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I don't know what happened here. I thought she was doing well. But Ginger was doing what she does best. One of my main focuses while I was reviewing this show was every time that they start to go, or they show the group watching them, I paid so much attention to Jorgeous and Aja's faces. Before they even went to go buck, their faces. Aja, can I tell you, sister? You're going to give this same expression for the majority of what's happening here. You're going to be giving that expression for the majority of everything that is happening for the rest of it. And I'm just going to show the receipts. Jorgeous was having a good time here. Get ready for the next one. Oh my God. Jorgeous, your face was so stoned. It was like, what is happening? It's the way y'all were internally like taking in what was going on. Like, what? I don't know. To me, I like what Ginger did. To me, it was fine, and I was good with the performance. I kind of wish Disease went to a different two queens, and it's no shade for them. I just thought Ginger did her job, and she did it very well. Carrie proved me wrong by thinking she was going to get eaten, and she did not. I just thought there were a couple of things she could have done differently that would have really set her to immediately overtake it. To really just be like, okay, Ginger, we love you down, and you chew, bitch, but like Carrie swept. I just wanted that to happen. But I think she did very good. So I thought it was a decent lip sync overall. Ginger did win the lip sync from RuPaul's assessment. I know everybody else has different opinions, but RuPaul said the Gingy won. And so Carrie went to the back. She came in, she did what she did, and she was hosting Untucked. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Watch Untucked. Now, the next people coming up is Irene and Lydia. And it's Lydia being number 2 for me. That was a gag. I'm gonna be real on. I was gagged. I was like, 2? Lydia good, but 2? Excuse me. Lion Tail Phoenix, how many licks is my Lil' Kim song? I know word for word includes Cisco. Cisco. I would love to see a lip sync. I'm telling, I'll be here for it. I think that song is not that expensive either. Thank you, Lion Tail Phoenix, for the super chat. And Kyrie, thank you for the super chat. Love this Abby. This review is keeping my spirits high. I'm moving Saturday, but I have a broke arm. Oh my goodness. I got into a car accident Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Glad you're okay. Well, not the arm, but that you're still with us and it wasn't more serious. There we go. Yay, me. Ginger deserves the win, but I felt so sad for Jorgeous. I feel the same about that statement. Like, I really did feel bad for my baby girl because she really fought. She fought, sweetie. She fought. So Irene thinks this is strategy. I did this on purpose because I wanted to get Lydia. In my head, I'm like, I think they were going to put you against Lydia anyways. Love you, Irene. Love you down, sister. I was like, I think they were gonna make you go against her anyways. Not because you wanted to go against her, but I think it was like, no, you were gonna go against her. In my opinion, they wanted Aja and Jorgeous because they fucked up Kennedy versus Chi-Chi. Diab versus Bosco's great television. They are fucking sisters. Like, how am I going to do this? It's very much, I'm in the corner. Be serious. And then you have these two interesting birds, Irene and Lydia up here. One's padded for, never mind, I almost went there. The other one's filled with it. But like, yeah, I just saw this happening. Now, Lydia gets to choose the song. We choose Joyride by Kesha, which, shout out to Kesha, because I was one of the folks paying attention to the situation with her music and it being locked down by that creepo that ended up working on Katie's album and the rest of it, the doctor. And I liked the song when it came out, and I still listen to it often. I think it's a fun song. Irene, you walked so goddamn much during this song. I was like, what is going on, my sister? Why is she walking so fucking much? Why are we in the back of the stage so damn much? You are not commanding back there like you think you are. Get to the front of the stage. Do you see this little girl's outfit with the alabaster skin with all of this? She's eating right now in the front because her outfit is ba-boom. Like, come back to the front of the stage. What are you doing? All of that is I'm these two. I'm sorry. I'm these three actually. Look, I'm putting Dia in this one. Come on, come back to it, Matt. This one, I don't know. Aja, same face. Like, what? And it's Dia over here too with the squint, like, huh? Girl, she better pick it up. Like, you better pick it up. We are here for $200,000. It's been a great run. What you doing? What's happening, sister? You just pace it. I'm just looking for a joy ride. This here, Lydia in the front trying to get the well water to move, and then I see Irene walking to the back, lip syncing to the wall. I said, sister, you're not winning this. What's going on? What's going on? The Monster High Doll is chewing you up, Irene. Wake up, please. I need you to get back in the scene, sister. Crashing for super chat. Aja looks like she's in Dune watching the war on the racks. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. That one was funny. Oh my gosh. Shantae. I'm so glad I saw, baby. Come on, parentheses. That's first. If you know math. Matty, what do you think about an All-Stars Assassins? Only 20 girls in all lip sync battles. Do you think that could work? I would be here for a mini 3-episode tournament style with that. Yes. That I'd be here for. I would be absolutely for a mini series, Paramount Plus exclusive, whatever they want to do, where they bring in all the girls who have won multiple said lip syncs, and it could be also fan voted in by who they think are the best lip syncers. Oh yes, look at me working for you, World of Wonder, and you're not giving me a check. And they do a 3-episode tournament style situationship where by the end of it, it's like top 6 move on. And then again, they do the same thing what they did here with the wild card, but the girls get to vote. And then they do that all over again. Oh, absolutely. I'd watch that down. I'd love to review some shit like that. For 20 girls, oh, absolutely. That'd be everything. 3 episodes is all we would need for that. Bucking for 3 episodes. I live. It's what we like anyway. Shit. Like, you want to do a Lollapalooza? Let's do it right. Let's make a 3-episode trilogy little say, and you do that every 5 years. Boom. You're welcome. And the fans get to vote. So like that way everyone's happy that somebody that they wanted gets to be on the show. You get to see them lose because they're not that great because you've been hyping that girl because you thought she was eating. She's really not that girl. And the real ones that are at the lower rankings are going to be the ones that actually eat and chew. And I'm just playing. I'm not. But yes, I'd be here for that. I would. That's a great idea. Thank you for the super chat. Because you know that's what's going to happen. You know that's what's going to happen. The number one vote ends up being like some sort of like the girl who's really not that good, but the girls just love her so much. And then she ends up getting beaten so bad. So then everybody else in the competition, we don't not watch the show because this girl didn't move forward, but you find out she's really not that girl. I'm just saying it was the song choices and it was the right time and that always happens. It always do. But thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Reminder, this is a program for entertainment purposes only and content not intended to blind any religion, race, gender, comedy, individual, or wigs. Just my opinions. We're here to have fun. Don't be rude. And yeah, let's continue. Also, if you want to hit that like button, that's at your own discretion. But if you also want to leave a comment in the comment section, please and thank you. There will be a panel tomorrow. It will be a full house. And they're ready. Trust. I had to hear it all yesterday. I stand my ground. I stand it. And I will be the Libra of all Libras again like I was the previous week. Because that's just how it has to be for the panel. Oh, you want me to just be the moderate? All right. Here we go. Yeah. Anywho, last week's panel. Oh, there were some comments that were not happy with us. I didn't delete them because you have every right to say something. But one in particular was very, I don't know, I think they really took some things into heart and it was a little ridiculous, especially with what they were trying to insinuate. And then another one was just like, y'all are so mean. You know, Raja and Raven love the look. I'm happy that they love the look. I know a lot of people that like the look. Some people don't like everything the same as others. And just because people don't agree with that doesn't mean that a person's opinion about it is wrong. Just like how people are mad that this show didn't go the way that they wanted to. I don't think they're wrong for feeling that way, even though I'm happy that Ginger won. See how that works? It's weird, isn't it? It's a little strange, right? It's a little strange. It's a little strange, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've given up on the care. Just don't, because it's like, why am I going back and forth with somebody who just wants to be right? Okay, cool. You're right. So yes, Irene decides to take off this coat and start spinning. And it was what was it? Pop the kit, not the engine and I make it. Yeah, pop the engine and I make it. It was during that part. And the spin was so clunk. And I was like, oh no. Because Lydia is also doing that at the same time, but hers is like smooth. And then you see her back here with all this fabric trying. Lydia, you had me at this chain. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah. Yeah, pee baby. Pee baby. Pee. Go ahead. When I see a girl do a cartwheel, and again, not everybody can do them, so I'm not trying to be rude. I am a former gymnast, so I'm a little, I was like, okay, you're doing the cartwheel and you're coming up. What's going to happen next? Because that's not the biggest stunt you could do to get the people back on your attention. I saw this, but it wasn't like that. Like I saw the little pieces that Aja gave you were not utilized. You didn't store the information. It's okay, because them hands were up here, like, and I was like, what the fuck is going on now? Because now you're about to boom cat. You about to do the 5 elements to joyride. You. Well, damn. Where are your cats? I'm playing. I'm like, we talking about the show right now. My cats are on the couch as we speak. They're sleeping. This is daytime. Right. They're normally not up right now. They'll be up probably around the evening time to cause havoc and terror. That's what the babies are. Well, thank you for checking on them. They're good. If you want to show some love to the children, by all means. They got some wet food we need to get tomorrow. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, Cash App $Matt24, and Venmo Matt-Rants. Back to the show. Irene. I was like, all right, we trying to do hands. It's not working. Now, I don't know what jig this was, or if she was just trying to like pop it back, but she was not aware of the skirt. And I want to assume that she slipped based off how it went down. But then something tells me she didn't slip, and this was actually her like insight onto, let me do something really stunty. Girl, when I saw this body looking like this, I said, oh dear God. Boom. I said, oh no. Oh no. I felt so bad because I'm thinking of their run this season and how they did. All tea. I was like in my, go back and watch my reaction. I was like, ooh, like, oh, because damn. damn, bitch. Like, I get it. I'd be crushing this moment right now because, again, it was going so well. And then we get here and it's not a joyride. You are not having a good time. I'm just looking for the floor. And you found it hard. I was like, oh, poor baby. Poor baby. And I hit a wall. And then what really gagged me, cackled me, made me low-key, I did laugh at this part. I hollered. I'm so sorry. This is so fucking funny. Your save, now that you fall into your death, is to do some stripper leg shit by then pushing your, like, you on the bed or something and you won the little punks back in the day trying to get your leg workouts because you saw the girls doing it in a video. Miss Mama, them legs was going down like, like, you know, when somebody's windshield wipers don't work all the way or they need to change the windshield wiper so it be scraping. Sister, I was like, no, this is not happening. I was like, this is not happening. She said, I'm just pulling shit now. I'm just pulling stuff. She hit that floor and started humping. I said, baby, it's a wrap. I said, Lydia, you won. No, we stop the music. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I'm here. Oh, Lord, like, woo, like that little girl fell and proceeded to pull out every whatever she heard, thought, knew, gathered, situation, whatever. It was just like, we just go, here we go. I was like, damn. Lord, you lift me up. Casey, thank you for the tippy pool on Cash App for the babies. I appreciate you. I will put that towards the wet food I got to order tomorrow. Instacart. This is when I said stop the music for real, for real. Stop playing with us. Stop doing this. When Irene tried to do the duck walk and they found out that their thighs are not as powerful as they believe they are and they don't know how to do the hippity of the hoppities with this. This was so ugly. I was like, oh my God. It looked like she stunted her growth for a second. Like I didn't know what was happening. Like she wanted to do it so bad. And then her body was like, nah, knees. Nah, knees. Them knees. We haven't practiced this. We haven't spent time. We haven't done the do's. We don't know what this looks like yet. It was so bad. It was so bad. SM. It was bad. Like, and I love her, but the way it just, no shade to Irene because I still love her now. It just, the way that this looked, especially for those of us who know ballroom and be watching the girls move around, it was like, I have seen them do this terribly on the show and not do a duck walk correctly. But that one was, if you want to do it again later on in life, Irene, I hope you take some classes or whatever, because y'all can learn how to duck walk. It's not, I'm not going to say it's not hard because it can be. I can still do it at my old ass. Well, I'm not old, bitch. I'm a 30, whatever. But like, you can learn. It's just, you have to also get the strength in your leg area and your core and your balance together. It's way more than just, I got on the ground and started kicking my leg. It's way more than that. Especially if you want to incorporate it into a routine with your 5 elements now. Like, you're going to have to put something together. There was no duck. There was no goose. Mallards in the room with us, if you will. None of the sorts. Pigeons. No, nothing of aviation. Nothing of the aviary variety. No. That duck walk was genetically confused. And I wish her the best. No, they got tall people that can do it too. Don't count yourself out now. You just get your legs right. I'm telling you, and your core. You're going to be good. Okay? Felt like the egg prices went up when Irene did this. You understand me? So you were part of the recession. Regardless of all that, I'm going to get off of her because it's not right. It's okay, though. You know. Irene, you had a good run on the show. and I'm so happy for you, and I'm glad you got another chance to show yourself, and you did make it to the finale, so you did well at Snatch Game 2 when the hard challenge is possible. I would walk away proud. Not of this lip sync, but I would walk away proud of your time on the show outside of today's episode, or at least the last 5 minutes of what just happened. That I would like wipe away from the disk drive. Everything else, keep. But yeah, I was bad. Go off, Irene. Come on, alien. In the back with Carrie. Carrie said, no. Women over here, men over there. I said, oh. I was like, oh. She said, get your manly ass. Oh. I said, all right, moving in. You got patted by this real. Okay. Now, this was my favorite lip sync of the night. Only one of the reasons because I love this song so very, 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 very much. Hold on. Based on my live recording that I'm doing right now as I speak, LOL, I'll probably... Oh. Because like I literally just said that I may do the game night, and it's like legit just what I got to ask. Like, hey, are you free for games tonight? Because it's Tekken and Munchkin. So, and they definitely want that work for my June. She's got tier, whatever. Plus, anywho, back to the lip sync. Did you watch Untucked? Because this wasn't in Aja's wheelhouse for Party Lights by Natalie Cole. And I love that she said that, because they're like, well, people think that I'm like the disco girl and this, that, and the other, but really I'm more of the alt girl who wants this, that, in everything, okay? I believe it. Trust me, I believe. You want to know how I know that? Because I saw Nina Benita Brown do what needed to be done back on season 9. High key. And that's not shade to Aja. I was very much like, oh no, I definitely see that as the case. Because I remember that song in particular and how someone really flowed with it. And the other one was like, I'm just going to do something and I'm trying to make it make sense. That's the difference. Now here, let me tell you something. Finding out that Aja had fans in this outfit for burlesque, and if we had Aja versus Bosco, we would have had a fan off. That was an Untucked, by the way. I would be heated. I'd be, as much as the Dia and Bosco thing was dramatic, I would have been pissed. I think they should have had Ginger Minge go against Diabetic for the first round, and it should have been Pink, Raise Your Glass. I think because of the stunt number, this is me as a producer, I'd have made Bosco and Aja go against each other. You have what on your head? And that's Rue. Hey, Rue, come here. They have stunts designed for that. I know you wanted to do it this way, but come on, girl. We're going for an Emmy. Oh, we good? Okay, we good? All right, bet. Like, are you for real? You serious right now? Jorgeous and Lydia would have gone their first round based off of them already having battled before, and it would have been like Lydia's redemption, which ended up happening, but that would have been the first round. Here we go again. It was just like the last time. This ain't Texas. We're going to try. Hello. Is the mic on? Man. And Irene would have went against Carrie. Call it a day. Or I'd have kept it as Jorgeous versus Carrie, because they would both gave puss. They both gave the ponies. Bam, right there. And then it'd been Irene versus blah, 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 blah. There we go. Boom. It'd have been Carrie versus Jorgeous, because they both given real yeah. Lydia and Irene is perfectly fine. That is exactly how I would have set up that first round. Because I want to see the fan works. I want to see them both do the fan stunts. That would have been puss to have both of them up there with the fans for burlesque. Are you kidding me? Oh, the internet would have gone nuts. Drag Race would have been the #1 topic for quite the week. It would have been Aja and Bosco, like literally top trending names. Boo. You messed that up. It's okay. It's okay. I can't. I'm sorry. It just clicked to me like, oh my God. I needed to interfere. I needed to be in production and interfere with the list. I would have interfered. What's up, David? What's up, Adderall? Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. It's nice to see y'all here on this Saturday afternoon or evening, whatever time of day it is to you. Bonjour out there in France. Don't forget, I am covering Drag Race France All-Stars. So check out those videos whenever they may apply. And if you did want to drop a little love in my jar, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $, Matt924, or $, and Venmo, MattyRants. So, Party Lights, Natalie Cole, Jorgeous versus Aja. Aja's outfit was the biggest issue for me at the beginning, but also this outfit wasn't really meant for the song. So it was almost like she was taking us to church, but you over here giving, that's not what they do in the church that you are going to be a part of. I don't know why she wouldn't use the fans for this number either, Adam. That also does make some sense. When she took it off, I was like, okay, here we go. But I'm going to be real. Because I liked when Aja was, and doing those parts of the song, right? Okay, here I am. Here I go. I'm going to say it. Jorgeous chewed, bitch. Chewed. Twirled on that stage, baby. And I mean, I heard every emote, every lyric come out that mouth. Party lights. That ponytail was doing God's work. It really was. No shade. And I love her down. I love me some Aja, and she twirls. Aja is definitely the girl to be worried and concerned about. But this isn't her music, and this is a song she was not prepared for, and it was clear. Who was prepared? George of the Jungle over here, smart as they can be. That little move when they did the little twirl out, boom, bop. I say, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I said, you better be doing some contemporary movements on here, George. I said, what? And then at that point, right back into place. I love it when a girl knows her hair. I love it when a girl knows her wigs. I love it when a girl knows her hair. That little punk, she knew exactly what to do with it. I was like, oh my God. Now, we may have had different results based off of Aja getting to pick the song, because there were some contenders that she would have chose that were up there. And it's like, oof, that it could have been different. But I'm also thinking you were going to go against George. You were going to have a battle regardless. And I still think, again, Aja is one of the greats when it comes to lip syncing. Jorgeous is up there for me too. In the echelon of those girls, I would definitely need to stretch before I fuck up like anything. If I'm going to buck against Jorgeous, as much as I want to dance, as much as I would love to dance against Jorgeous to this one and lip sync against her, the amount of stretching I would have to do prior. Because this is what she be. Oh, please. I'm not coming in there on some light stuff. Nah, my reviews would be shown. I'd be twirling dirt. I'd have to use the big guns because that little girl is a beast. Joseph, thank you for the super chat. Aja over there praying for the girlies. I mean, when looking at those performances, Mama was following and doing all the do. Doing all the do? Matthew. King Killer, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Yeah, she was in it. Jorgeous was in it. I loved it. I as much as I was like still rooting for Aja because that's my girl, Jorgeous is also my bitch. I think RuPaul enjoyed this one the most. I'm only saying that because they would show her sometimes, like maybe she enjoyed some of the other ones too, but out of every performance I saw where they kept showing her face that I actually was able to pay attention to, she was living for Aja and Jorgeous, like living, like, oh my God, I got my fantasy in front of me right now. She was loving it. She was like, oh my God, like, yes, you girls better turn. You better turn. I was here for Aja when she was doing the ows. I was like, yes, sister. She was giving something. She gave some. But to me, it was Jorgeous. That lady tore. Jorgeous tore. But Aja, you're one of my favorites. I love seeing you in this light now, living every bit of your full authentic self. God bless you and everything else that you do. I wish you nothing but success, wealth, and blessings, honest to God, because I live for Aja. So I was like, as much as she didn't win or go toward, to the finale, Aja's one of my favorites ever been on the show. So shout out to Aja. Diabetic versus Bosco next. Woo, I was like, okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's Raven and Juju all over again. A lot lighter, but yeah. I did feel bad for them, but I'm also thinking to myself, they're not going to not put y'all against each other because you're friends. Fuck all that shit. We have a battle to do. There's $200,000 on the line. Like, as much as I'm, oh, this is so sad. I'm like, pull that shit together. We have a fucking show to put on. And I love you. I know you don't want to do this right now. Because I love how Rue sounded almost annoyed when she was asking Diabetic, like, is everything okay? Like, Rue sounded a little annoyed, tad bit, like, hey, you're doing something right now. What are you doing? I'm glad that Dia also recovered at the same time and was like, I'm ready to, like, put on a show. It's like, okay, good. It's okay, good. But I was just kind of that, because I was like, girl, y'all should have cried over the corner before you came over here. No shade. But I would feel a ways if I was going against my friend, too. It's relatable. It's understandable. I have empathy there. I just also thought, bitch, this is not like episode 4. This is finale day. There is literally the life-changing prize in day. I love you, Bosco. I'm about to send your titties home perked. Okay? Like, that would have been on my mind. Love my sister down. But fuck her. Bosco getting to choose a song and show me how you burlesque being up there. And I love how Bosco in the confessional is like, I could pick the song that both of us would be good at, but you're right, Wild Card. I hope that applies to everybody, because sometimes I think like we only utilize that for few, when in reality that kind of applies to all folks, right? Oh my gosh, sorry. Somebody is watching this video right now and that. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, thanks for watching and text me later. But yes, so Show Me How You Burlesque by Christina Aguilera, Bosco versus Diabetic. Let's go ahead and get into it. Bosco peed. Did the do and then some, and we're going to get there because my favorite moments we shall talk about. Dia, you get some time today. Dia, you fought. Don't let nobody lie to you. Bitch, you fought. This is what, you didn't even have the outfit for this song. You fought. You were keeping up. Which your girl was tearing it up. Like, very much for her. But whenever that camera got on you, Diabetic, I was never disappointed. Not one time. Not one time I was mad at Diabetic. I was like, okay, bitch, you are keeping up. You're keeping up at least. That girl over there is doing it, but you're keeping up. You are actually giving her a battle. And that I need to give Diabetic time for. I was proud. I was like, okay, that girl knows every fucking word. She is also doing her own thing. That cigarette was utilized. She had props. But when Bosco revealed, I said, okay, here we go. This is literally what the song is asking for. She is designed for this moment. But then she puts her hands up. And I don't know how I didn't see this coming. But baby, when them fans came out with them, I was like, we're done. Oh, we were done. Yeah, Arnold, I literally said the same thing. I said that's exactly how they should have done this. It shouldn't have been the girls get to pick. That's silly to me. I feel the balls should have been in the little, whatever the hell that thing's called. I don't play bingo like that. But I definitely made that point early in the video. You may have came in a little late, but that's basically what I was saying at the beginning was, why do that? Why not make it random? So that way it's actually fair, because some people aren't going to get what they want. And maybe it's 2 of them at the same time. So they're on the same playing field versus other things. It's the luck of the draw. And that makes more sense. That to me makes more sense versus the girl whose name that we get to pick basically gets to choose the song that's going to work in their favor. And there's no real strategy to that outside of, I know exactly. I know exactly. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. But no, Bosco. Yeah, this was wonderful. Wonderful. I thought it was amazing. When she got on the ground and did the peekaboo with the leg for that Christina. I'm not the biggest fan of Christina Aguilera because her Louis Armstrong sounding ass. Like I as much for this part here, I was like, come on, box. Come on, box of bread. You better. Come on. The Wonder Bread twins' powers were activated. It was the form of a mayonnaise sandwich attitude on, bitch, with a little tomato. That's Harriet the Spy for you, for the girls that don't know. That was a Harriet the Spy sandwich. Tomato and mayonnaise on white bread. I hope you live to see the next day to find a better sandwich, right? But this was fun. It was a good time, and I knew Bosco won because it was like, come on. I know Jamar gonna be so happy he got that song performed. Okay, to the kids. Now, for those of you who are like, it's so unfair that Bosco had to go next and do all of that. Okay, morphine, and it happens in bracket and tournament styles. There is no rest. There is no rest. That also is in sports too, with brackets and certain systems. There are people that go immediately. When I was in track, sometimes, oh baby, right after the heat, and I'm thinking we get a little break and pause in between. No, we have to run it now because we're behind on schedule. Excuse me? It happens. So you can do this isn't fair as much as you want to, but like, be serious. Also, I'm sorry, this song is like designed for Ginger. Like when I think of Raise Your Glass by Pink, I put Ginger and Diabetic as the top two that song would apply to the most. Aja would be third because I know she'd tear it up too. Like very much that. Versus Bosco, who I know probably would know the song, but is not going to give me as much as this lady, who I know this is a very bar song. Okay, there's a lot of ad-libby parts that are like, lots of joke, this, that, this is Ginger's down. You know what I'm saying? Like if Ginger chose Shakira, I think Bosco would have beat her. And y'all can go, well, she's gonna win anyways. You can do all that. That's fine. I think if Bosco had the opportunity to pick, they would have chose Whenever, Wherever by Shakira because she would have been able to utilize those moments in the song to give burlesque and to give sexy and to like show, it done. She'd hate. If Bosco got to pick. But Raise Your Glass by Pink, I didn't really enjoy this one as much because I could tell somebody was tired. 1, 2, the other one, it just, Ginge, you did this so good to me. It was like, the song was for you. I didn't really want to pay attention to Bosco. I'm just going to be honest. I was like, go ahead. Just focus on Ginge over here because she's doing the ad-libs. Everything about this is just right where I needed to be. Bosco's trying her best, but it's almost like, well, I have shown you the prop now. I have done the dues with this. Me doing fan choreography to Raise Your Glass would make not a lick of sense. So like, there you go. I thought it was good. It is what it is. Ginger wins. All the dolls on the couch. The men on the other couch. We get a rematch. Jorgeous versus Lydia. The last song is Whenever, Wherever by Shakira. I love you, Diabetic. This was one of the craziest takes ever. And I also laugh because I am going to say this with every bit of breath in my body. You being a fan of somebody don't mean that you're going to chew, eat, devour, pee, slay, turn, powwow, do whatever. This was so funny that you set that girl up like that. I think though for Lydia on her behalf, when she came off the stage during Untucked and was like, I'm just so happy I got to like perform my favorite Diva song. That was cute. That was super duper sweet. I was like, that's a bit, because I'd feel the same way if I was on there doing Beyonce, you know what I mean? Like I got to do my girl song. You know what I mean? I'd be hyped too. This was not close. This was not close. I'm so sorry. Love y'all down. Jorgeous wore her low. wore her low. I saw Stiffney Spears over here, and it did not do it for me. I'm glad that she had a great time. Jorgeous tore her up, and I was good on it. I didn't want to see Lydia. I'll be real. I know you're going to be mad because there's some big fans of her, and you may feel differently. So sorry. This was Jorgeous. Jorgeous was doing all of the movements from the fucking video, the hops, the knee up switch, and then she was doing the body roll. Your leg. Like, I needed that for the Shakira song. Lydia is a fan of Shakira, and it ends there. She had a birthday cake, stops right there. She was in that house trying to find a hip. She found a Corey. Hold up. She don't even balance that. Like, she knew the lyrics, and that was great. And I'm glad she got to sing her favorite song at the club. Jorgeous was turned. And I just want that to be said. I love y'all down. I love me some lids. Great hat store. Hell no. That little girl wore her out. I was like, oh, Jorgeous, you were in it to win it. It was so fucking good, bitch. I was dying watching you. I was like, wherever, whatever, boom, will always be. I said this thing, when she got to the back, and she said, I'll be her, it will be. I said, wait a minute. I was like, stop, this is crazy. Stop moving, stop it. Oh. Oh, goodness. Yeah. On the ground. I was like, come on. She did everything I needed her to do for this song. I was pleased. Punch. The outfit came over. What's gooey? It is this. That little girl was in it. Ugh. Pony was whopping. See that Lydia. I love you down, sister, but that face alone told me the story now. It was that wig is heavy. I don't want this falling off. I'm trying to give some sort of daint, and it's giving all kinds of taint, hole, if you will, booty of the hole, rapture in the rectum. I don't know. And mind you, over here, it's giving woman. Like, it's very that. Even the way it ended with Jorgeous on the ground like that, girl, please put it in. You are already ready to go into the next battle. Do you hear me? The outfit's off now. You have done the reveals. You gave the cape in the first one. You took off the rest for the second one. And now you're in battle mode. That is why I was living for Jorgeous this entire episode. I was like, girl, she is ready to sweep. That's it. Ginger, step up. It's on. Let's go. The two girls who have returned the most are the ones in the top two. I'm sure everyone was happy about that. But I personally was good with it because I like them both. But I get where people have their feelings. So it's Ginger versus Jorgeous. Also, isn't it kind of wild that the shortest people in the competition, and they're also in the top two? So shout out to our short kings and queens out there. The littles were doing it. I may be small. Oh, Candy. Stop talking to me like That's my favorite Candy. I hate to say that, but that was my favorite Candy. When they tried her, and Candy always with that voice would start to crackle like her singing. I'm going to say something brave. I wish Disease by Lady Gaga was the last song. And I wish It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls was in the lineup. As much as this is a classic song, it's a great one too. All that good stuff and the boom, and all the rest of it, noises, all that good stuff. I wish there was just a little turn, a little switch of that just a tad bit, because I think Disease would have been a good song to wrap this up to. It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls feels like it's more of a song that would have worked in the department of the singular picks because everybody seemed to have a song that would work for them. And as much as Raise Your Glass is kind of that girl, it feels like that would have also been the Ginger song to where it's like she'd have chose that one to go against, like say someone like, just say it. But I'm still okay with it. I love this song. It's a good one. Caboots. As much as I thought Ginger did very well this song, every ad lib done to the T. I thought Jorgeous was twirling for filth. I thought she was eating, honestly. I thought Jorgeous was eating this up. But I felt the emoticons were going heavier for Ginger, and I felt Jorgeous was also emoting down too. Moving more, if you will, felt really cool for this kind of song too. I don't know, man. I'm happy Ginger won, but I got to be real. This was really close for me, and I thought Jorgeous won this lip sync. The dip was a fool. When she did that dip, as much as I love my Jorgeous, it was a little. I was like, oh, you went down. It wasn't anywhere as bad as what the fuck happened with Irene, but like, I enjoyed the show. I kind of wanted a double crowning. I don't know why, and I don't think it would have taken away from Ginger or Jorgeous if like it was either way. But something about those two and their journeys in particular when it comes to this franchise, and then get to the All-Stars 10 level of tournament sort of bit. You know how it's like the girls argue that Monet won the lip sync, but Trinity won the competition, right? Is this not the same sort of spectrum of Ginger won the competition, Jorgeous won the entire Lollapalooza? It may be the Libra in me, but that's how I felt when this was over with, because I was pleased with the journey from both of them. At the end of the day, I was like, I need both of them to have this crown. They've done doubles before. It does make sense. Why not? I think a lot of people do the same show every time, and I think we sometimes pick and choose that feel. And I think for us, if we've seen someone more often than others, we are more adamant with that approach because we've had more time to see them do the same song and dance. I think that everybody sort of does their own same song and dance, and it's sort of a pick and choose level of that one. I don't want to negate that opinion, but I when I hear that, I go, well, baby, everybody kind of does their own same thing. Like, truly, they all kind of do. They really do. No one's as dynamic as the other. Even with Roxy, and she's amazing as a lip syncer, Roxy has her way of doing things. She has literally her formula that works so well. So, like, I don't think that's a fair statement, but I get it. That could be for you. It's like, I'm always seeing the same thing. It's annoying. It's like, okay, true. Just like how Eureka is, very adamant on doing splits and wiping her body on the ground and leaving soaked floors for people to slip on. Totally understand. Angeria, why they didn't talk about you on the pit stop, I don't understand. I don't know. They don't know what's going on there. Thought that was really fucking weird to then wrap up the episode and not include the reigning queen. I thought that was wild today. As much as I enjoyed listening to Alyssa be Alyssa today, I thought that was crazy. You look good, bitch. And I'm mad that you didn't get what you deserved, which is the time that you absolutely deserve. 2 winners literally sitting right there and don't want to give a winner some time. That was odd to me. Didn't like that. Didn't. But Angie looked good. Shout out to Angie. I just saw her a couple weeks ago. The winner is Ginger Minj, and I know that not everybody's happy about that. I don't agree with that. I'm happy for Ginger, especially with the work that she's put through. I will say in the same breath that if Jorgeous took it, I would have absolutely agreed, based specifically and especially off of this episode alone. I'm like, oh no, crown little Georgette. Crown her now. Because she peed through them lip syncs. immediately. But I'm so happy Ginger won. And I love Ginger down. I'm not going to say anything to take that away. And I can't do that. I just am not able to. I see it in the chat, maybe in the comment section. If you want to give your take on how you feel, perfectly fine. I ask that you not disrespect me in the process, because again, this is me trying to be respectful of people and the time, the talent, the hard work that they put on, and whether it's production's decision on what they want to do and how things work out. These are people at the end of the day, and everyone has opinions and la 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 and all that good stuff. I just don't want to. I can't lie and say I'm disappointed, because that's bullshit. I'm so happy for this bitch. I am. I could have seen this little motherfucker right here take it too today. And I also would have been screaming for Jorgeous to have won this, because that little girl, as young as Jorgeous is so already there and so good at what she does. And she's young, and it's going to get even better for Jorgeous. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I that's the Libra in me today. That's it for me today. If that little baby comes back on this show for the 4th time and y'all like, well, they're going to give it to her, good, because she deserves it. And she'll probably earn it like she's been doing. And just like Ginger, in my opinion, earned it, whether we feel they gave her this and they gave her that. That's one talented bitch, and I've been living for her since season 7. And low-key, this is going to sound toxic fandom, I thought you were going to win it on season 7. Was gagged when you didn't. But here we are. Congratulations to you. This is a bigger cash prize than that season, by the way. So if anything, Ginger, this was the time. Oh, just say, I mean, this is a bigger cash prize than that season. So technically, this is your time. And Jorgeous got $25,000 for second place. I'm going to say that is crazy. Give that girl at least $50K. I thought the second place deserved at least $50K. At least 50. 25 is great, though. I could use 25K right now, bitch. But like, oh, so bad. But 50 makes a bit more sense for me in this kind of competition setting situation for second place with a tournament style. So it is what it is. No, this is not, I can't take this away from you, and I'm not taking, please understand, I'm not taking away y'all's opinion. I'm only speaking mine in reference for this and why I can't relate. But I also understand, I just can't relate because the way it's being done, your frustration is valid. It's the way it's being communicated across the internet right now that's absolutely wild. And it's not everybody. Let's be very clear here. Not everybody is reacting to this grossly, but the loudest ones, that's the gross ones. They're getting the most traction. People are tagged on in. It's craziness. I do agree with you, Matty. I just don't think the way the season was edited and the choices the producers made the season, the edited product, would not honor the talent of Jorgeous or Ginger. You know, I'm not going to agree with that, only because that also implies that Jorgeous and Ginger still didn't do anything. You may not think that, but that implies that. That implies that the producers overly produces so much that whatever efforts that they were doing, it wasn't genuine, so they don't deserve this. I'm sorry I'm saying it that way, but that's how it feels whenever we make these points. To me, it's like they did all that and it took away. So they didn't do anything. So that didn't happen. Nothing. They just didn't do anything. It's a little weird for me. So I'm not taking away from you. I'm just saying that that's how it comes across when y'all say these points like that. It's like, so where is the line that you can say production is the evil and the queens had nothing to do with that, so we're not attacking them, yet the decisions they make impact that person's lives and change it for the better or the whatever you want to do, and then you can't. So it's just, they brought tea and coffee into this. Like, the fuck is going on today? And it's annoying for me. So for me, I liked the season a lot. I did not enjoy the third bracket because, yes, it did feel a little strange. Like, okay, this feels a little set up-ish. We get to the next bracket, and it's almost like we only get 2 episodes to do something before we get to a finale. So there are things I would love to change with this tournament style. Absolutely. I'm not, but I will never take away something that somebody earned, and I think Ginger earned this. And I feel the same way when it comes to someone like Trixie now, when it comes to, say, All Stars 3. Even though I think Kennedy tore it up and did what needed to be done at that time, I'm looking back at what a person does also after the show, and that is one of those winners who really did make something out of their win and turn it into a completely different thing. They were already going somewhere, but they made it even better. I don't know. I have a different take on it. I think this was a great season to start. First and second half were the best parts of it for me. The latter half is where it fell off a tad bit. Everyone comparing this to Global is wild. Y'all were mad at Global for completely different reasons outside of just Alyssa being the favorite, and you know that. You know that. With the mistress moment that happened was nowhere near compared to how awful y'all were when it came to Queen and the rest of it over Helena. Now, Helena, yes, I'm still standing on that. Still standing on that. Nowhere near. So anybody comparing that, y'all on some bullshit. You just want to find a point of view to put on the internet to get your little traction up and be like, yeah, that's stupid. Global was on a whole nother scale. Way different. Like, let's not do that today. People with different language barriers and all that. How fucking dare you? Like, what you talking about? Ain't no one brought up Alyssa being like this season. No one did that. This whole different situation. So, Lala, no, I was getting flack back just because I was cool with one of the queens on there. Like, I'm not doing this today. Could barely even celebrate these people. You know, it's crazy. If you like somebody, fuck. Like, it's nasty. So, I did like this season. I enjoyed it. I'm happy if they continue this sort of tournament style. They got to change some things up, though. They got to change some things up. The way things are done. Do not have this be some queens pick the song book. That's dumb. That to us doesn't feel fair. It feels very for the advantage of the person whose name is picked and not for the person who has to go up against them. So it almost pulls them out of the possibility of winning, and we'd be surprised if something happened otherwise. And that surprise sometimes doesn't have the payoff that it really gets. I also think that, again, if you have this many motherfuckers on the show who are a part of this cast of 18, there needs to be a finale runway, because I and everybody else wants to see the people who we didn't get to see go further come back for one last moment to shine, so we can give them their flowers like we want to. The internet, oh my God, did you see what Deja Sky was wearing for the finale? It looked amazing. We don't get to say that. That's crap. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like that. I think the Raider Queen, don't do that no more. If you want to do that for regular seasons, pop off. All Stars, don't do that no more. Y'all can be messy. You can find a better way. Yeah. And they have to sit back a little bit when it comes to how they produce the show. I really want them, and it may be because the queens are afraid to do anything because they see how social media is. I really put this on everything. Y'all gotta sit back a little bit and let them girls just do. You gotta let them just do and just work around it. And if you need to put in like okay, can you ask this? Fine. But sometimes it feels like when I'm watching the show and for other people that y'all are like heavily doing it way more. Like almost every other moment, what we see feels like something was prompted and it was not by the girl who was prompted from. And it may not be the case, but that's what it kind of feels like. So I wish they would just let them be a little bit more themselves and just let them go. Because that's why I kind of liked last season a bit with Lexi and Anya and a few others, even Arietti with this one. We can tag it in. It felt like the girls, there was a couple of fuckets in the room. I don't give a damn. I'm about to just whatever. And that's what I liked, because it was like, okay, do that then. You know what I mean? Like, do that. Like, let them girls just be themselves, because now we get the real picture. And when they do make up, it all makes sense because no one took it just makes a lot of I need that. But that's what I'm saying, wild card, is that while everyone goes, drama's too much. Unfortunately, that is our everyday lives. We live through drama. That's how we survive. That's what makes us strong people, is us being able to overcome obstacles and deal with stuff that tests and challenges us. And I feel that sometimes when they start to overproduce it, it gets to a level of, make sure you pat her on the back, make sure she says she's, shut that down. Let that girl be mean and let her get humbled and let her learn and let's watch that take place. Let the girl who was meek find her light and let her shine, because she was able to see, I am that bitch. You let the old dog that went in there thinking that they knew everything learn some stuff and apply that in the drag that they have and let it be authentic, please. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. And also, no more personality hires, because sometimes those personality hires ain't good at drag and we can't see them continuing on the competition because you thought she was funny. But meanwhile, everything about it is she can't dress, she can't act, she can't do all of that. She's a hoot, though. Let her get a YouTube channel. Let her get her TikTok account up. Let her do that then. Don't put her on the show. She's not ready. She's not ready. She's not sewing. She's not putting on no clothes. The wig ain't on right. The makeup ain't done. Stop that. Stop that personality hire shit. Stop that. You look stupid doing that, because now we got to like this girl because she's funny. She going to go home first. She going to Irene. Now, Irene may be a special unicorn, bitch, because I'll be real with you. There's a couple of number uno outs that I know if they came back, it's just not going to happen. That was not Corey shade. I think Corey should come back to the show to show that what they did the first time wasn't what it was giving. And you about to see it, because when I got off the show, I did everything I was supposed to do. And look at me now. And now I'm going to apply that shit to that is what I think of Corey right now. I really do want to see Corey again on my television screen, especially after what they did once they left the show. It's like, oh, you actually did some shit. Bet. Bring her on again, because she's one of the queens that showed once you leave, it's not over. It's not. So, okay. At the end of the day, don't send hate to anybody we talked about today. Show love to these girls. If you are frustrated over how the show went down, you have every right to be. If me saying that the multiple times I did today was not enough for you, I don't want to hear it. It's not for me. That's you take that up with whatever God you worship. That's not for me. I don't need to hear it because I'm not receiving it. Because just like with Twitter, I'm not replying to people like, how could you say, y'all want to feel the way you want to feel? Gross. Do that. It is what it is. For those of you who are mad and not on the level of insulting people, that I appreciate. The ones that are going down and tagging folks to do it, that shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's not that deep. I just get the frustration. I just can't get when the frustration turns into something else. I'm watching people literally getting pulled from their homes, bitch. People who've been living out here doing everything for their lives. I think that is more of what I'm inclined to focus on. That and someone covering some things up and making us look crazy and then taking things away, bitch. Like again, I think it's just because I'm not, a kid like I used to be. I've also been covering the show forever, so I've already seen the ins and out of how everything goes down. You know what I mean? Like I was on set for a while at one point in time. That's true. It's almost like I'm like, okay, well, I kind of understand it, so it doesn't hit as hard. But I will agree. After bracket 2, it was a little. I was doing this. Okay. Like, I'm a little upset, but all right. We'll see what they do next season. And that's where I'm at with that kind of stuff. Like, okay, that's interesting. But I'm also going, I love Ginge. And I'm glad she won. That was my bitch. I'm happy. Finally got that W. God damn it. God, go. Yes. And I hope you get on Broadway, Ginger. I really do. Now, if there's a winter season 2, I'm just going to say, I don't know if I think you might want to pause just based on how these people acted. I think you just enjoy your W Okay, if you want to be on Broadway, baby, let them be the main. I tell you what, if Ginger gets on there and they put her in main cast, like how with Jinx, she ain't got to come back to Drag Race for shit. Do you understand me? That's why I'm like, if you didn't want to ever come back and you just went on to Broadway and that was the rest of you, oh baby, I'd find a way to make it to a show. Because remember, I saw Ginger. Well, I got to do a meet and greet with her too, but I saw Ginger for the first time with the Drag Race live show. She was subbing for Asia, and I was like, "This bitch is everything." She's really entertaining in person, honestly. Like I know you mad on the show, but if you ever see her in person, she is quite the good time. But yeah. This was a wild season. All Stars was wild. I knew it was going to be. I warned you, didn't I? I love y'all to death, but I didn't I warn you? Because I had got some stuff about it. I knew some things, and I stopped asking questions, and I was like, I don't know nothing no more. And then I just got some last piece. I remember I think I did my episode 1 and 2 review, and then my friend sent me a whole bunch of shit, and I was like, fuck, let me go ahead and read it. And I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna get yeah. I already know how this is gonna go. It's going to be a certain group and it's going to spread and all that. And everything came true that I thought was going to happen. Everything came true. I was like, oh my God, we clocked this. I do feel special for that. I already knew the fandom was going to do what they were going to do. That's why I'm just not surprised. It's like, of course that's going to happen. But no, the Minge is talented. Gotta love the Minge. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens for the next season of Drag Race. You already know we're not going to do an all-stars. It's going to be a regular season, right? I'm excited to see what that is. That cast that speculated did look good. So I was like, oh, except for one person. But we won't have to worry about that. Ooh. Not for too long. That cast looked good. And then they've already been talking about All Stars 11 and all that kind of stuff, filming and everything else wise like that. I do love that cast. I will not talk about it just yet until it's officially out. But for those who know, you already know who I'm rooting for. Check my merch or check the merch I be wearing. And then let me see here. We have a lot to cover on this channel. So for those of you who are like, Maddie, what's next? What's going on? Because you are here for Saturdays. I am covering Drag Race France All Stars. I'll be doing live reviews of that more often because I want to have the commentary for those who are French speakers or understand references. I miss that. And when I'm doing my edited reactions and reviews, I do not get that. And so I want that. I feel that's important. So I'll be going back to live videos for that one. Brazil, I'm going to do edited because that's just kind of how that was always. I always did edited. I'm just going to stick with that. And then King of Drag, we're going to finish that one up too, and that's going to be also lives as well. Slasian Royale is on August 13th. I will definitely be covering that one too. If you haven't seen my Meet the Queens and promo review, check that out. We had a good time. Thank you for the views on that. That video did not do, like the beginning, like I was like, oh, no one's watching this. Uh-oh. And then like overnight, I was like, oh shit. All right. My Filipino brothers and sisters woke up. I was so happy. I was like, yay. But I'm excited to cover that season. Very, 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 very much. Yes. I'm very excited for that season. And then Project Runway. For those of you who watch Project Runway, you know my 7-Day Adventist sister, Utica, is going to be on there. So I very much will be covering Project Runway. I'm sorry, Heidi Klum is back and La Roach is on the panel. Oh, baby. Yeah, I will be covering that one. Oh, you better believe it, because I'm a need. I'm just excited to see how that goes down, because I feel like someone's going to have a clap back for Law, and if you know Law, do not return the letter. Do not postage. This is not to be returned back, because that person's going to write you something nasty. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but I'm excited for a lot to cover here on the channel, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in on these Saturdays. We will have a Saturday show. You'll find out what it is, but we'll be covering things on Saturdays here. But yes, tomorrow's the panel. I'll be here with all my good friends to talk about this all over again, plus hot topics too. If you want to hear some hot topics to be discussed on the panel, definitely leave a comment on this video, or on this video telling me what you want to talk about, because I will try to include it at the beginning and the end of said video before we do our meaty sandwich of Drag Race conversation towards the finale. And again, it will more than likely be a full house tomorrow as far as who shows up and wants to give some commentary. Yes. But yeah, King of Drag, Drag Race Brazil, Drag Race France All-Stars, Project Runway, Slajon Royale, 5 shows. Boom. So we have things to do here. But yes, I love y'all down. This was so much fun today, and I appreciate y'all for just listening and also understanding where I'm coming from. If you felt like I was coming after you in any sort of way, I promise you I wasn't, but I know my tone can be a little sharper, a little bit like that. So definitely don't take me too deeply. Unless, but yeah, like, I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to talk about our favorite shows. I want to support the dolls. I want to support the queens. I want to support all of us, but also, like, I'm trying to be a little bit better, because y'all know back in the day I used to be like, when it came to my reviews, and time and my zodiac sign have really started to show its ass. So yes, if you wanted to get anything, if you wanted to support me on any of my social media spaces or places, there is a Linktree link that is in my About section that you can go ahead and click on that sucker. It'll take you where you need to go. Instagram, Twitter, you know the rest of it. It'll take you there. I'm also have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com, bookable on Cameo. I also have reactions on Patreon for as low as $1 a month. There are multiple tiers, but for as low as $1 a month, you can watch over 600 plus videos that I react to each and every, it's about to be day now. True tea. Like each and every day there's gonna be a video now. High key, especially if you're watching my Patreon now. P.O. Box if you want to send anything special, an affiliate partner of Paramount Plus. All of that again is in my About section. And if you did want to drop a tippy poo in my jar for your boy hosting with the most in today, maybe something for the fur babies, so that way we can get some wet food for tomorrow and some dry food, because we are out of the wet and somewhat in the dry. Yes. It's PayPal.me for /rants, Cash App $Matt924, as well as $Matty-Rants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. To those that tipped today, thank you. To those that super chat today, thank you. To those of you who are in the live chat today, thank you. To those of you who are just here to be mean and look at me from afar and go, I hate him, thank you. And to everybody else in the universe, God bless. Please get some rest today. Give yourself a big hug from me, and remind yourself that you are important, and that what you're doing is worth it, and that you are going to be just fine, because I want to see you tomorrow. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Love you down. I need to remind myself to make sure the live chat is up here each and every time. I did this video in 2 hours, not 3, not 4, 2. How about that? There was no runway. And see, that would have actually gave us more time. See what happens? We don't have anything to cover. We don't have anything to cover. Oh, but no. But love y'all down. Thank you so very much. If you do send anything, I'll make sure to heart it after this video. But for everybody else, God bless. I love you so very much. I'll see you tomorrow for what will for sure be one of the craziest panel episodes we've ever had. Probably for sure. I need to hit up Valerie. I need to hit up Yvette. We'll see. But I'll see you for the next one, y'all. God bless. Love you down. Until next time. Bye. They're like, no, you cannot end the stream. No, you may not end the stream. Okay, ending stream now. Home Improvement, sorry. Listen. Yeah.